Secret to cooking fantastic food is to start with great ingredients.
The more you know personally about where your ingredients are from and how they're produced, the better. So, don't be scared. Ask lots of questions and learn.
And when it comes to chilies, there's no one better to ask than chili grower Joanna Plum, who's been farming chilies from mild to mind-blowing for over 11 years.
I eat chilies all the time, every single day.
She grows over 60 types on her farm and really knows her poblanos from her habaneros.
People think that chilies are all about heat. Actually, it's about flavour as well. Some are sweet, some are aromatic, and they can be used in so many different dishes. When you go shopping and you're looking for a chilli, what should you be looking for? What you want to do is look at the chilli, and it needs to be nice and firm and glossy. Generally, the bigger the chilli, the milder it's going to be. The smaller the chilli, the hotter. And if it's small and wrinkly like this one, it's going to blow your socks off. Another way to tell if a chilli is hot or not is to split it open and smell it. If it's a super hot chilli, it'll clear your sinuses. The heat of a chilli comes from an oil called capsaicin, and that is concentrated mainly at the top of the chilli, where the seeds are. Now, when you're cooking with a chilli and you want the flavour of the chilli, but not too much of the heat, start with just using the bottom of it. As you get closer to the seeds, that chilli's going to get hotter. So if you remove the seeds, that also does remove some of the heat. There's thousands of varieties out there because they cross-pollinate very, very easily. And that's why the world's hottest chilli is always changing.
Joanna's right. With over 200 types available, all with different flavours, aromas, and of course, levels of heat, it's important to buy what you like. Here are my top chilies, whatever your desired kick. At the mild end, poblano. These are great for stuffing, have a delicate flavour, and often used in Mexican dishes. Starting to get hot, the jalapeno. When they're green, they're like spicy bell pepper. The redder they are, the sweeter they are. Bird's eye, where they really start to pack a punch. Long, thin and pungent, they're great in Thai dishes and are often green or red. And at the top end, the habanero. These lantern-shaped demons have a delicious fruity taste and they're the firecracker of the chili world.
Another way to use chilies is to smoke them and to make chipotle. What it is, it's just a mesquite smoked red jalapeno. It smells fantastic. You can almost get that like smoky bacon sort of flavour out of it. So you would use this in anything that you would slow cook. So you're eating a chili and it's really too hot for you. The best way to get rid of that heat is to drink some milk or a dairy product like yogurt. Whatever you do, don't go for water or for beer.
Don't be frightened of trying new types of chilies in your cooking. Experimenting with these amazing fiery beasts is a great excuse for getting hot-headed in the kitchen.
They give you a natural high, much like when you've been exercising. So your endorphins are released and you just feel good. Chilies make you happy and they're also an aphrodisiac.
To get the seeds out, hold it upright and just rub the chili between your hands. The seeds are incredibly hot. You're just releasing them from the inside, tapping it down, and then again, just a final little rub. Now, cut the top off, and then just open up, and look, they come out like little miniature Smarties. And there, cut the little bottom bit off. Amazing.
Next, a great tip for using spare chilies. Using string, tie together the stalks, then simply hang in your kitchen. In just a few weeks, you'll get your very own dried chilies. Great crumbled into dishes for adding heat on demand. Chilies are surprisingly versatile. If you love them in savoury dishes, my tip is to try adding them to melted chocolate ganache for chocolate chili truffles, or sprinkled over fresh fruit like mango or watermelon. A great tip to prevent burning sensitive skin when working with chilies.
To get rid of that spice and that heat on your fingers, a little bit of lemon, squeeze a little bit of lemon juice, and that instantly gets rid of the heat. Fresh lemon juice.
Spice up your drinks. For a Mexican twist, add a dash of hot chili sauce to beer or using cocktails to give your drink a very different sort of kick.
Chilies. If you use them confidently, they can really add a new dimension to the style of cooking. But the real trick is finding that balance of flavours that really suits you, because that's the most important part. So, this is the most amazing sirloin. You can see it's got that wonderful marble. For me, the secret behind this is cooking it quickly. Season the steaks generously. Salt and pepper. Push that seasoning into the sirloin. Take the sirloin out of the fridge literally 20 minutes before you want to cook them so it gets up to room temperature. They cook more evenly, but more importantly, you can actually season right inside the steak. This little bit of fat down here, season that as well, because that is what we want to roast and get that really nice and rendered. Olive oil in, a tablespoon. Roll that round. As it starts to smoke, in with the steaks. Into the pan and lay away. Again, into the pan and lay away. If you don't hear that noise, the minute those steaks hit the pan, don't put them in. So the secret now is getting that colour on the steak, turning it once and once only, and cooking it for 2.5 minutes each side. What I want to do is to get that bit of fat rendered so it adds a lot more flavour. Just hold the steak down like that. And that starts to melt the fat, which makes it so much more tender. There should be no white fat left anywhere. Turn them over. Really important to have that steak up to room temperature before you start cooking it. So the inside is nice and warm, so it spends less time in the pan and more time cooling down. Really important. Now, 2 fingers, touch, it goes in, so it's rare. I'm happy for them to be rare because by the time I let them rest, they're going to go back to medium rare. It'll continue cooking. Out, onto a plate and let them rest. 1, 2. Let's get my juices over. Don't waste that. Really important.
Next, the spicy dressing. Take the seeds out of a chili to reduce the heat by rubbing it in your hands and tapping until the seeds fall out.
Cut it in half and just chop it in. Garlic and chili works brilliantly. A quick way of peeling it. Get your knife and just slam it down. Pops out very, very quickly. In, a little touch of salt. Rub. Start going around in circles first, and you'll see it pureeing. Nice. Clear that off. Now, we've got the heat in there from the chili and that richness from the garlic. 2 teaspoons of palm sugar. This is where it starts to have that nice, sweet, sour effect. Fish sauce, fresh lime. This is a simple, fresh chili dressing, and it was something I fell in love with in Vietnam and Cambodia because it was just so easy. Give that a little mix and dissolve the sugar. Quick taste. Wow. Right, vegetables.
A great fuss-free way to get super thin ribbons of carrot is to use a veg peeler.
When they're that thin, they take the vinaigrette so much better. And radishes, just slice them down at an angle. Lovely. To give another dimension to the salad, I'm going to use a banana shallot. They are incredibly mellow, very sweet. Across, just chop up the shallot and mix that through. Want some sweetness in there now. Little vine tomatoes. Slice them in half. Tomatoes in. Shallot, radish, carrots and tomatoes.
Next, peel and slice cucumber, chop spring onions, and shred baby gem lettuce.
And then finally, get some fresh mint. It's young mint, so you don't need to take all those stalks off. All you do is hold the bunch upside down and then take it for a little trim and just chop that once through. And you got that nice minted salad. A couple of tablespoons of dressing. Don't flood the salad with the dressing. We can always add, but we can't take it away. Now really mix that dressing in there. Make sure all that chili and garlic and palm sugar wraps around that salad. Beautiful. Onto the plate. The steak's rested. It's now nice and medium rare. That little bit of fat, we don't want to find that in the salad. Just slice that off. That served its purpose. It's kept that steak nice and moist. Just slice. Going with the grain. It's almost like slicing through butter. And look, inside. Beautiful, pink. If you slice the beef too thinly, then it goes stone cold. And more importantly, all the goodness runs out of it. nice thick slices. Get the beef and start placing it around the salad. Take a little teaspoon of your dressing. The rest of your salad, sit that on top. We'll finish it off with some toasted peanuts. Peanuts in. Now those nuts are really toasted. Nuts on. Get under the pan and just crush. Once they've cooled down, just run them through with a knife. You can hear how crunchy they are. Another texture, another taste of the salad. And then from there, sprinkle. And then finally, take that, just finish it with a little tablespoon of that sauce. And there is one tasty, very well textured, spicy beef salad.